toxicyuri is fucking awesome. I want to see a girl make the other one worse, but two ones making each other worse is also fine as well if they're both horrible. It's a little treat. Women deserve it after all. Today, I'll be talking about 3 toxicyuri visual novels that you can find for free on itch.io, and one of them is on Steam. Please, I implore you to play them, but I'll keep my yapping spoiler-free as possible. I want people to experience the games for what they are. The games are visual novels after all, but while it's not exactly the same experience to watch someone play it instead of playing it yourself, there's not really a point to play one if you've seen someone already play it. Games have no connection, no raking, we're just here to talk about them. Spoilers ahead for the games I'll be talking about, mostly for Goodmorganeve, as it's hard to talk about the game without spoiling the whole thing. But I don't want to spoil the gems that are the last 2 games. The first Yuri is Goodmorganeve by Bergamite and Bad Russo, and music by Damon Hisk. Released in December of 2024, it's a very short VN. Usually toxicyuri VNs aren't long in the first place, but this is short in a different way as it leaves you with a lot of questions. You play as Morgan, who is dating Eve, who seems a little stalkerish, while Morgan seems like a nice girl. You go to work, serve customers, get harassed by another girl who keeps asking for your number, every day, before the manager scares her off and sends you home for having to deal with her. You go to the gym, and seemingly, the girl is there again. You decide to go to the video store, and after renting a movie, she's once again followed you. You decide to take her home, inviting her in and confronting her. And oh, you've just killed her. Oh, the other girl's crazy as well, but you aren't a saint either. A nice twist. Eve quickly gets mad at Morgan for letting another girl into the apartment, saying the only thing she requested was to not let any girls in, and she had prepared a man for them to kill. This leads to an argument, and Eve kills Morgan, which results in playing as Eve for the rest of the game. She tries to hide the body of the girl who was stalking Morgan, and is questioned by police the next day. She quickly heads to Morgan's apartment to hide its body because she couldn't bring herself to do it the other day. Eve finds that the body is missing. However, when she goes to the shower, she finds Morgan alive and well, who wishes her a good morning, Eve. This game leaves a lot of questions after you beat it. What exactly was their relationship? How did they meet? Why do they do this? Why do they even love each other? Originally this section was going to be something about how I don't know if I can classify the game as great or good, because I felt it left a lot to be desired and I thought leaves too many questions on the table. More or less being the game could have gone on a little while longer to answer some of the questions it supposed, but I had to replay the game to get footage for it, and I interacted with things I missed last time to piece some of the story together in a rather interesting way. If you interact with the manager as Morgan, you find that she doesn't really consider Eve a girlfriend yet. Interacting with the notebook in Eve's room, you find terrible handwriting of a journal detailing her feelings and episodes, until she finds Morgan. You find out that Morgan's glasses are fake. That night, she has a dream of Morgan eating someone, and when you arrive at Morgan's apartment, not only is Morgan of course alive, I did not realize in the first playthrough that the trash bags on the ground are destroyed as though they had been gone through. Why were they killing people together in the first place? Probably Morgan is a vampire or a monster of sorts. I like that this game has things you could miss if you don't interact with it. A solid experience. The game has a solid foundation. The art is nice and really cute. The music is nice. The gameplay is fine for RPG maker. The characters are interesting. The twist is good. It's a nice framework and foundation for making more games. I wish the game developer success. I don't think their other game is toxicyuri, which is the same, but I will still play it to support their products. I want to see how they progress. Pit stop before we talk about our next game. I want to talk about what makes a good Yuri for me. Some of these games were made for game jams, or they're people's first game, or any other sort of reasoning that lead to a game being short. The point is, these games are typically short. The longer toxicyuri goes on, I think, the more the dynamic falls apart, and why does the main character leave with so many chances, and why do they love them? So typically, these rimpy visual novels and RPG maker games don't go crazy on the gameplay, as either they don't have the time or the skills. It's about the other senses, your imagination, what you hear, and what you see. Your imagination. How does that come into play? God, there really is a lot. Lying is very good, and typically is the main component of a toxic relationship, which also includes gaslighting. The truth shouldn't be revealed until later, so that you're second guessing what she said before, because you don't remember and you can't check the stories. What has she done? What is she going to do? How she speaks, talks, acts should invoke these worrying questions in your mind. What you hear. How does that come into play? Music. Man, does good music really sell the VN? We will elaborate on this later with examples, but voice acting is an option. I think good voice acting and how they read certain lines can really sell the meaning of a line, but of course that can cost money or time to find someone. That goes for music as well. Sound effects are really good for moments though, like a door creaking, slashing in the background, etc. What did she mean by putting so much emphasis on you or mine? What you see, how does that come into play? The art. How is it described? How the room is laid out in RPG Maker. All of these can make you question things. Why does she own a cleaver? Why is our room so cramped and it looks like you're going to run away because this was tagged as horror? Alright, I'd break over. Let's get to the next game. Itgetsolonelyhere is probably one of the most popular games in the genre, if not the most popular. When I was originally researching these games because I brought up the idea of toxicyuri because my girlfriend wanted more Yuri, she very much liked the idea, more than me. I'm so scared of her. This game has hundreds of reviews on its audio, 1,000 on Steam, and pops up everywhere on good games in the genre you should try. It is free. Developed by ebihime with a screenshot of the credits on screen because the team is very large and they are talented. Released in February of 2023. He seemingly plays an unknown, unnamed protagonist while the narrator seems to be an entirely other person describing the story. Many actions are described as though the narrator is omniscient to all of your ideas and thoughts, however. You're running away from something. It's not told what exactly, if it is a something, but all you know is that you have to keep running even though you're in incredible pain. You're given 3 options at a crossroads. Go to the shore, a village, or a castle. This game is excellent in the sound design department. Each area is a unique track, and one that gets distorted when something bad happens. You know something bad is going to happen. It's not a spoiler. We've all read the description and know what we installed. Each one fits for the vibe as well for the area. And the way the distorted track, of course, the messed up version of the area's track is just so perfect. It really sells the idea of something being wronged and you are fucked. Here's some of the tracks. The general sound choices is really good as well. The blood trickling when you get pricked by a rose, walking through the forest, breathing, every moment that could have a sound attached to it, short of voice acting, has one to sell the moment. Here's some of the sound effects. What's good as well is that each character has a very unique design to the area, and speaks entirely differently. Each one looks like they belong in their environment and are breathtaking in their appearance, with outfits unique to them. The princess having red and teeth all over her, the gravedigger wearing the hoodie, and the gorgeous mermaid in her song. Each one makes you think, she's so beautiful. She'd never hurt me, right? That's what I thought about my wife too. There's a great amount of foreshadowing in this game as well. I mean, why are all these women alone? Why do they talk about other people who aren't there anymore? Why are all these places lived in? The story is there for you to see until it is too late, as well as foreshadowing for the beautiful twist at the end. I won't spoil. You really should play this game for yourself. There's also unique lines when you try to start a new game after beating it for the first time. I would not have figured that out if I didn't replay the game to get footage of the video. Very interesting and cool. Itgetsolonelyhere is great. It deserves its spot as one of the first games that appear when you research the genre. If I was going to recommend a first game to someone, I would pick this. It's got multiple women, death in a good way that isn't game ending, foreshadowing and the character's main twist, excellent sound and character design, and great writing. It is almost everything you would want in a VM, besides the fact you don't really have real choices. The next game on the list, however, is my personal favorite as of writing the script. Oto-hime is a game released in September of 2024 based on the same Japanese legend in the name, written by Maple with a sizable team as well. This game is one of the unique distinctions of having the heroine being fully voice acted. All of our lines are voiced, and God is the voice actor good. Spoiler alert, though you would find this in the game's content warning description, this is the gaslighting game. The way the voice actor puts emphasis on certain words and uses a change of tone and repeats sentences really fucking sells the gaslighting. Here's some of the lines.
But don't venture too far out. My blessings only work within this palace. I'm the only one who can love you more than anyone in the world.
I had the most delightful experience with this game that I don't know if the author ever intended and made it 11 out of 10. I cannot stop thinking about this game. Not only was I high, which really sold the gaslighting because I genuinely could not figure out whether or not she was lying and believed every word, I was playing the game for my girlfriend, streaming it. Previously, we really enjoyed itgetsolonelyhere and Matt's PFPs on it, and it greatly affected our personality, of it being the princess biting the finger scene. If you really know anything about what happens in that game, this greatly changed our personality. At first, we were just enjoying the game. We had played a couple of VNs before it, including goodmorganeve. We wanted to find new characters to match, and had yet to find ones we related to. I was saying that I don't know if the main character in this game is going to get art, because I did not see it in the preview section on itch.io and she had yet to be revealed, until I chose the option to eat with Oto-hime. There is the main character, full form. On top of listening to Oto-hime's lines, and being high, I had my girlfriend repeating the lines instead of my name, because now she was really into it. Not only could I not tell when I was being lied to, and probably forgot at some point this was supposed to be a toxicyuri VN designed for a spooktober VN gem, I had another Oto-hime in my ear telling me to make all the decisions that would please her. With some of the twists that came, I was routinely jaw dropped in the escalation, because I really could not see it coming while fucking high. A great happy ending as well. I really recommend this game if you enjoy gaslighting. The music is good, the voice actor is great, the dialogue is great as well. Once again, the only thing you can really mark this game down is the lack of real choices. There are only 3 endings, you could probably guess one of them. Overall though, this game is great, and I can't wait to play the developers' other games. This game has irreversibly changed my relationship, by the way. I hope you're happy, Maple. She gaslights me even more now. Toxicyuri is a genre that's incredibly hard to find good content in. To understand why, you have to understand the Yuri genre as well. I am a lesbian trans femme. I want content for women and by women, because there is a large difference in a girl written by a woman and a girl written by a man, or content written for the male gaze. Not only by default is Yuri rare, because hetero relationships are the norm, you have yaoi, which is incredibly popular in some cases. If you search most sites for art, you'll probably found the yaoi or straight ones being the ones with the most content, even if you consider the site queer. So you have a genre that's unpopular, and good content being hard to find because to straight dudes, 2 women is hot because it's 2 women. Then you combine it with niche, toxic dynamics. A woman depending on the other and using that against her, making it worse, power dynamics, etc. So it's more rare, and then you have 2 problems of finding this stuff. This genre can even more easily be written badly. There comes to a certain point with the other character hurting the other, it borderlines into straight up violence instead of as a tool the other uses to get their way. Of course, it's not like there aren't relationships or dynamics like that, but it borderlines into cruel fetish territory. Whether they know it or not, they usually have a reason they are doing something, like manipulation to get what they want, unconscious, or not. It is incredibly easy to fuck it up and get rid of this suspension of disbelief. Then, there's a good amount of Yuri that ends in death. Dual suicide, the person's really crazy, whatever. I'm not a big fan of this stuff when it isn't like a time loop or something. So, you have something like niche to the power of 4. It's incredibly hard to find good content in this genre, as I've stated over and over again, and so I think good stuff, or stuff that has potential, deserves to be celebrated and talked about. That's what I hope you see with this video. Please, if you made it this far, I assume you like what I'm talking about. Go play all of these games. They're not long, they're free. There is nothing stopping you besides the ability to play them if you don't have a computer or internet. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was mostly just praising the games while talking about specific sections that I find noteworthy and would grab someone's attention if shown. If you liked what I'm talking about, I'm more than willing to talk about more toxicyuri if this video gets a positive reception, but I'll probably be so gay I'll just talk more anyways. If you have any recommendations or want to discuss it or need a place to talk about Yuri, please join the Discord. There's a Yuri channel and I'd love more Yuri in my life. I also plan to host community events for things like Space Station 13, SCP Secret Lab, or Minecraft. Have a nice rest of your day, like and sub or something.